How much does it really cost to live in Danville, California? And is it worth it? Okay, so let me start off by telling you a little bit about the pros of Danville. The weather here on average is 60 degrees Fahrenheit all year round. And Best Places rated Danville, California as a 9.4 on the comfort scale in summer and a 7.4 in the winter. Danville has been rated #1 by Safewise for safety. It's the safest city in all of California. The schools in Danville have been given an A+ rating by Niche. 36% of this village is made up of families with children. 69% of them are married family homes, and the rest are single parent homes. The average family size is about 3.15 people. 0.15 people. I don't know how you get a 0.15 people, but the average age in Danville is 46 years old, and there's about 51% females and 49% males. The median household income in Danville, California is $160,000, and the average turns out to be about $214,000. So how can people afford to live in Danville, California? Let's break it down. My name is Lisa Peck, and I'm a local real estate agent with Compass. Today we're talking about the cost of living in Danville, California. I'm going to break it down for you really simply into the cost of utilities, the cost of food and shopping, the cost of commutes, the cost of healthcare, the cost of enjoying your life here in California, as well as the 10,000-pound gorilla in the room. That's right, we're going to talk about housing. Okay, so for comparison purposes and perspective, when I talk about these 6 costs and expenses of living in Danville, California, I'm going to compare it to both the US average as well as living in the South Bay in Cupertino, just to give you some perspective of, okay, so let's get after it. #1 is the cost of utilities. Electric generally runs a typical household of say 2,500 to 3,500 square feet. It's going to run about $350 a month. Now, all these utility costs are assuming that the home does not have solar and that it's using gas-powered utilities. So $350 a month for electric. What is gas going to run? Gas is going to depend if it's summer or winter. In the wintertime, gas runs up to $200 a month, and in the summer, it's usually around $100 a month. So once you add those together, you've got a utility cost between $450 and $550 a month. Cable and internet is probably going to run you about $300 a month. Water charges are going to be around $200 a month, assuming that you do have a lawn that you need to water. A great hack for this is to install solar panels and power your entire house. Solar panels on that same 2,500 to 3,500 square foot home are probably going to run you somewhere between $17,000 and $35,000, depending on how you do it and who you do it with. So being that California is as spread out as it is, you're going to be commuting no matter where you're going. So let's talk a little bit about the cost of commuting. A gallon of gas in Danville, California is going to cost you somewhere between $4.99 and $5.25 for a gallon. This is as of recording 2022. Taking public transit is something that a lot of people do. If they're commuting into the city, typically to take the bus from the Danville Park and Ride to the Walnut Creek BART is going to cost you about $2.50. Now, once you get to the BART, let's just take a simple round trip to San Francisco International Airport. That round trip to San Francisco International Airport from Walnut Creek is going to cost you about $24. Okay, so the hack for commuting would be to drive an electric powered vehicle. You will see our roads just loaded with electric power vehicles. Let's just say you have a Tesla and you fill up about 300 miles. You can get 300 miles in 2022 for between $11 and $18. Quite a difference between that and gas. Okay, #3, food and shopping. Let's talk about burgers. Do you like burgers? Everybody likes burgers, except I don't like burgers, but most normal people like burgers. A burger in Danville, California is going to cost you $5.65. US average for a hamburger is $4.52. When I break down and look at groceries, comparing Danville to the rest of the United States, on average, Danville groceries are about 15% higher. So a gallon of milk, for instance, is $2.93 versus the US average of $2.03. Now a loaf of bread is $4.97 versus the US average of $3.37. Sales tax in Danville, California is slightly higher than the US average of 5.09%. Danville, California has a sales price of 8.75%. Okay, number 4, let's take a look at healthcare. It's going to cost you about $150 to go to the doctor. If you just want to do a regular checkup, it's $150. You want to go to the dentist, it's around $130. The only one who gets a good deal is your furry pet. A dog or a cat to go into the vet and visit and have a regular routine checkup, it's about $69. Okay, so let's talk about lifestyle, because once you move here, you go to the doctor and you eat, what else are you gonna do? Let's talk about exercise, for instance. If I take a look at what it costs to join, say, Core Power Yoga in Danville, California, that unlimited membership is $199 a month. Elsewhere in the country, it's anywhere between $129 or $139 a month. Sometimes I've seen a few where it's $165 a month. It is significantly more expensive to join Core Power Yoga and do unlimited yoga here in Danville, California. Date night. You've had a long week, you really want to take a break, just go out, grab a couple glasses of wine, have a few appetizers and maybe dinners. We just went out to Harvest for date night and we had 2 appetizers and 2 dinners, no desserts, but it was $155 plus tip. To take the kids out for pizza night. Pizza night's probably going to cost you about $112, assuming you get a large pizza, a couple of appetizers, and a few beers. If you're a moviegoer, movie tickets are going to be $12.75 per ticket. Now, when I compare that to the rest of the United States, a ticket is only $9.20, so significantly more. And then when I compare it to Cupertino is $14.79 for a movie ticket. These are all costs are plus taxes. So most of the people who live in Danville, or if you're considering living in Danville, you may have help with running your household. So let's break that down a little bit. If you have a typical size yard, maybe 5,000 to 8,000 or 10,000 square feet, the monthly cost for a landscaper to come to your house is somewhere between $75 and $100 a month. If you need help to keep up with the cleaning, a visit from a housekeeper every 2 weeks is about $150 to $200 as well. And to go for that date night that we just talked about, say you want a babysitter. Babysitter is going to cost $19 an hour. So the hack on this is to entertain in your own home. You can even set up a movie theater so you don't have to go to the movies, pizza ovens in the outside. You can entertain and have your friends over. Okay, so number 6, and the thing that everybody likes to talk about is the housing costs in Danville, California. Okay, so with larger homes, larger outdoor spaces, some of the best schools in the state, as well as being named the safest city in California, it's no surprise that Danville has been named 2nd in the state for price growth. We have several types of homes here in California, so let me break it down for you. In 2021, median home price for a condominium in Danville is just under $700,000. The median sale price for duet homes, which is basically 2 homes glued together at one wall, that median sale price is $1.18 million. The median sale price for townhomes in Danville in 2021 was $977,000. The median sale price for single-family homes in Danville in 2021 was $2.14 million. Now, when we compare that to the rest of the country, that sounds really, really high, right? Because the rest of the country in the United States, the median sale price of a home is $375,000. However, when I compare that to the median sale price in Cupertino, it sounds much better. The median sale price in Cupertino is $2.556 million. If you really want to live in Danville and you're trying to stick around that $1 million mark, why not go with a duet or a townhome? It's a very efficient way to live in a great city. Overall, the cost of living in Danville, California is 55% higher than the United States average. However, housing is 127% higher than the US average. So if you're considering moving to Danville, California, why not check out my video over here about the pros and cons of living in Danville, California. If you have any more questions about Danville, California, just drop me a line down below and let me know what your thoughts are and what your questions are. I'll be happy to answer them.